Oh, at the Agora in June. Call 10-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Now you can enjoy that sickening middle of the night. What am I gonna do with my life? Feeling in the afternoon.
The Alan Cox Show.
Feeling.
What is this, an episode of Full House?
Oh, was that a plot point in Full House?
I just feel like that's like a real standard
sitcom-y
type situation where it's like, oh, this expensive thing ended up like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, they ate the rings and the wrong food.
Hey, you lost an earring down a hotel sink.
Yeah, and I got it out.
Yeah. So she's asking the people in the community to be on the lookout and do something nice.
Yeah,
for
I'm like, okay.
My eyes wide open here.
I look down at my hand and the center diamond is gone.
Workers at Sis Sweets in Leavenworth put on and take off more than 119,000 rubber gloves every year, but never had this happen.
Banging the bowls and the pans.
A wedding ring from nearly 4 decades ago, chosen by her husband, now missing the main headpiece diamond.
So we kind of went back to the kitchen and
Kansas, not Kentucky. Same thing.
looked around.
But the huge diamond was gone.
I was crying, and all he could say is, "You still have me." So that made it all better.
Sis says somewhere between rolling.
Boy, that didn't seem convincing, did it? You still have
not
me,
at all,
her husband says. And she's like, yeah, I'd rather have the $4,000 diamond. Dawn Sis Monroe at Sis Sweets Cookies and Cafe there in Leavenworth, Kansas.
That made it all better.
Sis says somewhere between rolling dough and making cookies on Friday, the center diamond dropped into the dough.
It's 36 years on this hand.
She says they've narrowed the search to either chocolate chip, sugar, or peanut butter.
I like that. They narrowed the search to chocolate chip, sugar, or peanut butter cookies.
This isn't a cookie crime, but they could use a cookie detective.
Absolutely. Mary, do you have any
colleagues,
expertise?
maybe?
Yeah.
I know you're a
I'm
fish detective. But
so we don't really deal in baked goods, but I can check the database.
Your manager can't help with this?
I can, let me give him a call. Like entertainment manager.
Behavior bad. Cookie crimes.
Yeah,
Manager. They can't even help with a lost diamond in a cookie? What's the point of having a manager then? For people that we don't know?
in
What
Leavenworth, Kansas.
What if
Yeah.
this is a setup?
By whom? Oh, she spirited away her diamond, and then I bet it's insured.
Yes. She's trying to either get the money or get a second diamond.
Can't get your fill of justice? Have Samoa. Cookie crimes.
Okay.
Get rich quick scheme. Would you be upset with Gwen? Like if she was like, "Hey, this, I don't know what happened. Like if you guys were in this scenario and you spent all this money on a wedding."
No,
would
not
you be
upset. No.
What would the emotion
I mean,
be?
when she, I grew up with parents who never took their wedding rings off, right? That was a big deal to them. And they never took them off. My mom was all kind of not freaked out, but it made her sad that my dad got so thin at the end that his ring was, very loose on his finger. And she took it off his finger and the whole thing. Gwen doesn't like to travel with her ring on. So, if we're going somewhere, she'll usually...
She can find some strange or something? What?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I told her.
That's why they sit separate on the airplane.
Yep. You want to go out there, yeah. And that lady that sat next to her and,
Different zip code, different rules.
Yeah!
No rules in the sky.
What happens in Orlando stays in Orlando,
You
like
go
the
get
old
that-
saying says.
That Comfort Plus peen figured out.
My dad never wore
That's
a
her
wedding.
nickname for me, Comfort Plus Peen.
As a bricklayer, he didn't really wear his wedding ring ever because
Did he call
it'd
your
get
mom the
destroyed.
brick?
No.
Yeah! Oh, he
Looks
didn't.
like somebody's luck just came up shortbread. Cookie crimes.
Cookies, and they put out a plea to their customers. Use caution before biting into one.
Mainly because I didn't want anybody to break a tooth.
Sis says she hopes to find the diamond, but she acknowledges if she doesn't, she'll just have to replace it because she says the ring is far too...
I like how this reporter is just wearing a hoodie and jeans. You see this guy out there?
It's his job,
Wow.
It's not a very serious story. I mean, it's pretty.
No,
light.
but you're on television.
It's diamond so times
He
have
also
changed.
probably is filming this on his iPhone. You know what I mean?
What the
They're
hell
like,
does that have to do with what he's wearing?
That he has to do it all by himself. So he's like,
He's got to
"Screw it,
carry
I'm
a phone
wearing
in his pocket. That's
I'm
what people are
wearing
doing all the time.
What I'm comfortable in. I don't care.
Yeah, they're not
what you
paying.
think.
They don't pay him for wardrobe.
Right.
It's actually easier if you're shooting it on your phone. Everybody has their phone on all the time with them anyway.
Not with those chubbo fingers he's got. You trying to edit this? He's
Wow,
like, you know what? I
Mary.
can't even think about my outfit.
She's a hand shamer.
Listen,
Chubbo
Alan.
fingers? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow. Never thought I'd see the day.
Old Thunder Thumbs over here.
Ooh, so scared, chubby wubby.
Valuable to her to take off her finger.
I cried. I cried a lot.
But 4 days later, no luck. So while Sis Sweets continues to pump out the pastries, they're still holding out hope the missing diamond will show up. And she says, who knows? There might be a ton of free cookies for anyone that finds
But
it.
I would definitely make it worth your while bringing it back.
In Leavenworth, Alan Show, KMBC 9 News.
Oh, you know what that means? I'll definitely make it worth your while if you bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that she's talking about cookies. She's talking about sex. Maybe.
This is stupid!
Yeah, right. I agree. Well, anyway, she's looking for that ring, and hopefully nobody will bite into a cookie that has the $4,000 diamond in it. But no, I wouldn't be mad if Gwen lost. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? I'd be bummed out. She would be more bummed out than me. I'm not going to put her through it like that.
Like, what did I even mean anything to you? You're just
That's
losing it.
That's it.
See, I couldn't even fake do that because that's so unbelievable from me. Like that would be so out of character. I can't even play like that. Nobody's going to buy that from me.
See, I'm kind of the same way, though, where it's like, well, I mean, nothing we can do about it now. It's gone.
It's
So
gone.
Let's go figure it out.
Yeah.
Either buy a new one or
I
go
hope
get the
it comes
insurance
back.
or-
It's,
yeah.
What are you going to do? People lose those rings all the time. And it's a ring.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
you were also upset about the shell getting broken in your car, that you had a sentimental shell and the detailing company broke it.
Well,
So that's why I'm like a little
yes.
confused that you
But
would
that
be
wasn't
less.
well, but that was purely emotional value. That didn't have any monetary value, and I was pissed that a bunch of dopey teenagers who are doing a job aren't paying attention to what they're doing, to what I'm paying them to do. They're just throwing
Your
they're-
shell's not insured.
They're throwing stuff around. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah.
It didn't have monetary value.
But you're saying because a ring would have monetary value and you would have it insured, it wouldn't.
Well,
bother you.
I think people are mad, when people get upset about things like this that are lost. I think the emotional component, if they're really honest, that comes second. Because a lot of people aren't going to have that kind of stuff insured.
Especially if you've been married for that long.
Yeah, 36 years.
Yeah.
Honey, are we still paying on our wedding ring insurance? I don't know.
Let's be honest, $4,000 for a diamond, like it's not
That's
a
not that
lot of
much.
money, but it's not a ton.
I mean, $4,000 is $4,000.
When it comes to wedding rings, though,
For a lady running a bakery in Leavenworth, Kansas, that was in how long they've been married? 36 years?
Yeah, so
Probably a lot of money back then.
Did he pay $4,000 or it's worth $4,000 now? Because if they got it 36 years ago and paid $4,000, then it should appreciate in value.
you might have
and be
found
worth
it in the
more.
gold rush.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
So long ago.
Is it proprietor?
He found a diamond in the gold
A
rush.
prospector.
A prospector?
Came out looking for gold and I found a diamond.
There's
give it to
gold
me
in them
live.
there cookies.
There's diamonds in them there gold.
My sweet Ann.
Oh,
I love you.
sis
to the
cookies.
fortnight and back.
I said to her, rather than spend this money on a diamond, how about if we spend it on opening up a cookie joint for you? She said, no, I'll never lose this. Look what happened.
Hey, Alan, this is John. I was just washing up last night after dinner and threw the dish rag over the faucet and instant Alan Cox Show flashback. Like, you can't get away. No matter what you're doing, it'll just sneak up on you. Hate the show. Talk to you sometime. Have a good weekend. Bye.
I hope John's okay.
Judge, what is going on, John? What's
Asleep. He's having a nightmare.
Sounds like he's going to hang himself with that dish towel.
It's like got the flu and he woke up in the middle of the night. I gotta tell you about this dream I had.
Hey, I was washing up after dinner and I put the
Mary was talking about how vexing and irritating it is that her roommate puts a damp dish towel over the faucet. And this guy, the kitchen faucet.
It's not even
damp and mildewy.
It's not even that, though. It's just that it's inconveniently placed. It's right over the faucet. Like, you can't turn the faucet on without this thing getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts it there every single time.
Mm.
And I don't understand it. This was part of a bigger conversation of me trying to allow people to do what they do and not having an opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
But things like that are hard for me to make sense of. When it's hard for me to make sense of it, when I'm like this, there's logically,
Can you
there's
just
no
move it
reason.
whenever you use the
I
sink?
do.
And there
I
you
said
go.
that. I said we're gonna
Right.
play,
She
we're
moves it,
gonna
then
do
you
this
put it
dance.
back.
We're gonna do this dance until one of us is dead.
Why don't you just move it and then put it back?
I move it and then she puts it back.
Well, why
See,
don't you
I
just put it back?
suggested
I
her
don't
putting
wanna
it
put it
back. She didn't
back.
want to put it back.
I don't want it there.
Mary,
I'm not gonna put it back.
But
But you
that's
know it's going to end up there anyway, so why not just put it back?
cut out the
Because I'm
middleman.
not gonna put it back.
Why?
Because there's no reason to. I need to use the
Well,
sink.
that's where
I'm
she
not gonna
put it, so
replace
that's-
that.
But
Like-
she has she seems to
Yeah.
think there is a reason.
She puts it there for a reason, and if you just move it and then put it back, then it's like, oh, that's the routine now.
Okay, but what is the difference if I put it back or if she puts it back? It's still
That-
getting back either way.
Because I feel like it's more. I mean, like I'm of the mindset like, okay, I'm gonna put stuff back where I found it, and if that's where it is,
I mean,
that's where it goes.
It's also,
It's a 4-inch difference.
but it's also that's exactly
That's a
the
lot
point.
of difference to a lot of people, Mary.
That's a huge
That's a
difference.
If you give somebody, well, it's a range of 4 to 8 inches,
Yeah.
they're gonna want the high end of that range.
Mm-hmm.
My thought is just that it's really not. It doesn't take any effort to put it back. You're doing it on principle.
Mhm.
What you think the principle is,
Well,
but
I
it
was
doesn't
explaining to
take.
you what the-
I know, but it.
What
I'm
the
listen.
problem is with me.
I
Right.
agree. I agree
don't
with you
want-
in this
I
instance.
don't want to put it back
I
because I don't
get
think
it.
it belongs there, so I'm not going to.
I agree. You're standing up for your principles on
Yeah.
damp kitchen dish towels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hmm.
Why do I have to be the one who gives in? I'm tired of being the bigger person all the time
Why?
because it's exhausting.
I would think you would feel great about being able to think of yourself as the bigger person.
No,
No.
it's annoying to me. Why doesn't anybody else have to be the bigger person? Why do I have to be the bigger person? all
That's
the
not
time?
the mindset of the person that's being the bigger person. You don't.
That's my whole entire point.
Right. Like when you're being the bigger person, you don't worry about
You're happy to help
how-
someone
yeah,
else.
You're
You're
not,
happy
you're
to
not worried
assist.
about how other people are doing things.
No, I get annoyed, and that's my whole point. Is that
Right,
it's like
so
if
even
I'm
if-
expected to put it back, why can't she be expected not to put it there in the first place?
Because that's where she puts it.
Doesn't matter. It's my kitchen too. Why does she have to make the rules that I have to agree to?
I don't know.
I actually
That's what
pay
you guys
more.
should have figured
I
out.
actually pay more in rent than she does.
Well, then you
Oh,
should.
then you should tell her that.
Then
Hey,
set it on
I
fire in
get.
front of her face.
But this is my point: is
Burn
that
the cat with
everyone's like, oh, just let it go, or just let that person do whatever they want. I'm like, but when are they going to start letting other people do what they want? Why
mean-
do I have to give in to them every single time?
I understand, but what I'm saying
I
is
don't think it's in every single time.
there's
thing.
no
I just-
way in which
this
she
one.
accommodates you.
Probably.
Well, then you should find out what that is
Let me think.
so that you can
I mean,
feel like
I'm
she's doing something and you're doing
so
something.
easy
She's
to get
so
along with.
perfect.
It's so easy to live with. I don't know.
Okay.
She seems to be the one refilling the Brita, but I think she has a weird thing about it because she refills it every single time she uses it, no matter how much she takes out of it.
Like if she pours herself
Because
one
she wants
glass
to always have
Yeah.
at 100%.
good water, good amount
Yes.
of water.
Like, so she could like pour herself a 4-ounce little cup to make like an emergency packet in,
Mhm.
and she
Right.
will refill the Brita after that.
You know the problem with that is that
What?
that water at the bottom gets really old.
That's how I think of it. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's water.
I swear to God, I
It's
think of
all
that.
mixing together.
Because I'm like, you should use
You're not
it until
pouring.
it's gone.
You're not taking a plastic cereal container and just pouring new cereal on top of old cereal. It's water.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm like, but the water at the bottom has been in there for months.
Water at the bottom.
Well,
There
it's
is
the same thing,
water
do
at
you-
the bottom of the ocean.
It's
Do
not.
you do that with your like Keurig? 'Cause
I don't
only-
use a
I don't
Keurig.
need a Keurig.
I like, or
I
like a
make
coffee
fancy
pot or whatever.
coffee.
Like I have a Keurig, but she does the same thing where she'll fill up her she has an espresso machine. She'll fill it up like every single time she uses it. Whereas I'll use all of the water in the Keurig, and then when it's gone, I'll wash it, and then I'll refill it.
I think that's fine. That's just another way to do it.
Yeah.
It
Either
just
way is
freaks
fine.
me out because I'm like, this water's been sitting in there.
You know it gets heated up. and
But
it's
you're
gonna
not
be fine,
seeing
right?
marine life grow down there.
Right?
I mean,
If you're never ever changing it and you're just continuously putting new water on top of it,
It'll be all right.
interesting. I think it will be all right.
It'll be all right.
you get sick.
I mean, I clean my Brita like once a week, but it's like I don't ever think like, oh, got to get the old water out.
I'm just saying. It's been in there for who knows how
Old
long.
water.
How do you know? It's
We
been there
haven't
the whole
changed
time.
the water
How do
in
you
this
know?
since.
How do you know?
How do you know
it's all
what?
sitting in there.
But it
How do you know
mixes.
how
But
old
water
that
all
water is?
mixes together.
But my point is if you never let it get empty, there are old water particles in there, regardless.
But part of those
Did you ever
old
think about
particles.
how old the water particles are in your tubes, in your pipes?
no, because they're being filtered through the Brita.
But
That's clean
But
once it gets
all-
into the Brita.
but all
So
that.
then it's clean once it's in the
no,
Brita. So
because
how?
then if it sits in there, it's not getting constantly filtered.
No, but
like
listen.
a fish tank.
But all the water's mixing, right? So when she fills it up, that is mixing that water, which
Well,
means
okay,
the next
sure.
time she takes a drink, she is drinking some of that old water.
Yeah.
But why drink any old water? Why not drink all of the new water?
I mean, this
And
is
then
So she
another.
wants to
Fill it
keep
with
it. She
new
wants to
water
keep
again.
it full. Because
I know.
I would rather it be full with a mix of old and new water than I get it and I can't get the right amount of water that I need in that situation.
I'm just saying. Why do I have to be the one?
I mean,
I hope
that
this
is a
manager
way
gets
to
you
do
into a
it.
situation where you don't have to have a roommate anymore.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would
I
be
found
great,
out what
yeah.
this writing gig pays. Holy crap. That would be insane. I was like, already, I'll look at places in Manhattan. I'll
Yeah,
have
of course.
An 8-bedroom by myself.
Yeah, writing gig's great.
8-bedroom.
8-bedroom
It's an
apartment.
It's an 8-bedroom, 1.5 bath.
It's actually a 1.5-bedroom, 8-bath.
Yeah.
Alan, get it right.
Sorry.
Those are so convenient.
Yep. It's
Well,
an
all the
8-bedroom,
pooping.
4-kitchen, 1.5 bath.
Yeah.
Ranch.
Ranch. Yeah. It's actually the first floor of a post office.
Hey, you're living in a converted daycare,
Yeah. That's
right?
true.
Why not?
Yeah.
You should only ever live in converted commercial buildings.
Yeah. Honestly, we have like industrial size air conditioners. We haven't had to use them yet. But just based on the size, I'm like, dude.
You got
that would
ice on your
be-
nips when you wake up in the morning.
Oh my gosh. You probably don't even have to, because the rooms are small. So I'm like, you probably only have to run it for like 10 minutes and then you're freezing cold the rest of the time.
Well, I love you getting irritated because you think that there's old water mixing.
It's not about, I don't
I know. I'm just saying that's funny.
It's like, it could be old. It is old. There's no way to prove that it's not old
No,
unless you
but
drink all of it.
What I'm saying is that she's drinking new and old water every time she fills it up
But
and
that
drinks.
means that some portion of that water might be 2 months old.
Yes.
If you never ever let it
Right.
go.
Right.
And that can't be healthy.
Why?
This is speckles.
There's what? I'm sorry?
Speckles.
Spackles?
Speckles, you
Oh,
idiot.
speckles.
Spatzels.
I didn't hear what Spetzels. Yum.
Spetzels in
Oh, well,
there.
if she's keeping pasta in her
I
drinking
love
water, that's a
Spetzel.
whole other thing. That's just going to expand and take up more room. Your water displacement is, a whole other thing. All right, listen, I think we figured it out. I've got to take a break here. If you want to send a text, 35192. I will have tickets for you for Josie Scott's Saliva, the original frontman of the band. He's back in front, and he's coming to play a show in Cleveland. Saliva is going to come through April the 18th. They're going to do Temple Live over there in the Asylum Room. So I will hand those off for you.